Welcome to Skyrim, a truly magical place where anything can happen. And trust me, I mean anything. This is because Skyrim is extremely susceptible to a beautiful little disease I like to call modding. What this means is any degenerate gamer can create and add content to the game for other people to use. Our story begins with a simple man known as Snifit. This is because he's a Paper Mario fanboy and has no other interesting character traits whatsoever. Snifit led a rather modest ho-hum existence, and one day decided he was tired of the quiet life and wanted to be an adventurer. So he journeyed across the land to recruit legendary warriors for his noble cause. And with the power of mods, he assembled his team, consisting of the King of Gondor, the incarnation of a goddess, the Witcher, the Witcher's girlfriend, some deranged catman who is convinced he has already murdered Snifit, Edgy McSkullpants, the Soul of Cinder, and some scholar with no combat skills whatsoever. Yes, I'm being serious. And with his mighty crew assembled, it was time to start the first quest of the game. Only he cleared the first dungeon before he did this and didn't think to record any footage. Snifit's quest begins here, at Helgen, and he arrived just in time to see Black Dragon Calamity fleeing the scene of the crime. Now I know normally any playthrough would begin with you sitting in the cart here, but I used an alternate start mod because I didn't feel like sitting through that. Fight me. Snifit opens the doors and is promptly greeted by the Gusty Garden Galaxy music to complement the destroyed town. This isn't edited. I actually put this music in the game. Degenerate modders, am I right? Snifit is instructed to read a book because it's the next quest step, but reading is for losers, and Snifit is a cool kid. He already knows where to go, and he won't let some book tell him what to do. So he takes off. Snifit enters Helgen Keep, and after wasting time with his console, actually starts exploring. However, he's shortly interrupted by falling rubble from the dragons, even though they already left. It's okay, I won't question Skyrim logic. And he continues on. Snifit explores through Helgen Keep until he comes across a very strange room. Strange in the sense that this is clearly the exit, and yet it's blocked off. Unfortunately for the Skyrim alternate starts mod, Snifit has a console. He carries on with his journey and fights a few bears, though they don't pose much of a challenge for a seasoned warrior such as him. However, once he's done dispatching the bears, Snifit is met with a rather disturbing message. Snifit is then met with something even more disturbing. His desktop. Yikes. Luckily, Snifit is granted readmittance to the land of the living and is respawned outside of Helgen, where I guess these people survived the dragon attack.
What do you need?
You want something from me?
You guys know all of your friends just got killed, right? A confused Snifit waits for his companions to return and then... Oh, okay, I guess there they are. Snifit and the crew journey to the exit of the cave because I guess the convenient way just isn't good enough. Once inside the cave, Snifit and pals find Hadvar and Ralof, who are tied up? I guess the dragons hog-tied them? They also don't have any voice lines right now, so... yeah, they're in a tough spot. Snifit decides to help Hadvar first, giving him a couple healing potions, and then Ralof is immediately crushed by rubble. The gang goes over to help him, but yeah, there's not much you can do at this point. Hadvar has of course already ejected himself from the situation, just casually abandoning the guy who just saved his life. That's cool. From here, it's a pretty standard walk to Riverwood. You know how this part goes. But Snifit did get to meet Hadvar's family, and they were very kind. We also get to see the first benefits of having so many companions with you.
I don't know where to start. You know I was assigned to General Tullius' skull.
He's trying so hard to sit down, and he just can't. Keep it up, buddy. We're here for you. I should also clarify, this is far from the last time Snifit's companions are gonna body block a vital NPC, so there's something to look forward to. Snifit and the Funky Bunch are then tasked with warning the city of Whiterun about the imminent dragon threat. They then come across whatever was happening down here. I'm not sure why this is where people decided to congregate, But then there's more! Fearing social interaction, Snifit resumes his journey. Yeah, there's a lot of running in this game. Luckily for Snifit, he was the second fastest runner on his cross-country team junior year of high school. Skyrim, more like Sprint Rim, am I right, Marines? So Snifit has finally reached his destination of Whiterun, and it's time to start chatting with the locals. He has to make a positive impact first before he comes back and ruins these people's lives later on. So what's his first act of heroism gonna be? Counter-terrorism.
Oh no? So you're gonna fight back if I punch you, huh? You're gonna hit a girl?
I'm just messing. Snifit's not gonna stab a child. That'd be insane. But he is gonna do this.
I said let him.
Ah, it feels nice being a hero. So the crew goes to Dragon's Reach to warn the Jarl of the dangers, and he thanks them for their warning. He then tasks Snifit with going to Bleak Falls Barrow to retrieve the Dragon's Stone. Little does he know, Snifit has already been through Bleak Falls Barrow. Little does Snifit know, he forgot to grab the Dragon's Stone. So Snifit exits Dragon's Reach and goes out to help the people of Whiterun once more. But Snifit doesn't really feel like running all the way to Bleak Falls Barrow, running through the whole dungeon, and running all the way back. So he gets a better idea. Why get that Dragon's Stone when you could just make a new one? Snifit takes it back to Dragon's Reach, but unfortunately this pretentious jackass says Snifit's Dragon's Stone isn't good enough. Oh, you'll regret that decision later. Just you wait.
Here we are, Bleak Falls Barrow, home of the ancient Nords, but more importantly, bandits who seem terribly eager to murder us. What fun!
What Lucian seems to be forgetting is that Snifit killed the bandits earlier, so at least traversal will be easy. And remember what I said earlier, Snifit's a born runner. So after a brief moment, Bleak Falls Barrow has been cleared again, and the Dragon's Stone has been obtained again. Now it's time to head back and dish out some punishment. Kinda like the punishment Snifit's frame rate is taking, holy crap. So now outside of Bleak Falls Barrow, Snifit decides once again to use his immaculate cross-country skills, but very quickly learns that while he is fast, he's not invincible. But our boy Snifit is quickly back on his feet and venturing on his way to Whiterun. In fact, he makes it back to Whiterun so fast that Whiterun hasn't loaded in yet when he gets there. Neat. Oh, there it is. Back in Dragon's Reach, Snifit is ready to give Stinky Elf Man his own Dragon Stone, but he's already talking to a mystery person, it seems. And also, I'd just like to say, I think it's so funny that Delphine is supposed to be a mystery here, and yet it says her name. Like, why is it gonna say her name right there if it's supposed to be a big reveal later on when we find out that that's her? Skyrim, what are you doing? Well, the Dragonstone's been delivered, and Snifit actually spares Stinky Elf Man for now because he has bigger fish to fry. Or bigger reptiles, I guess. It's a dragon attack. So the Snifit Folds 5 start making their way to where the dragon was last seen, and they're supposed to meet the Jarl's men there. And can I just say, the Jarl's army is slow. Can I just say, ODST music is the optimal music to fight a dragon to. And it's even nighttime and raining. Skyrim has never been better than this right here. Oh yeah, now we're ready.
What can I do for you?
Here he comes. Find cover. Every arrow counts.
What? Are you kidding me, dude? We were jamming! Unfortunately for this dragon, canceling ODST music is an unforgivable crime, so Snifit kills him, and then steals his soul. Neat! So it turns out the reason Snifit can do this is because he's the Dragonborn, the only hero who can slay the dragons. So he goes back and reports to the Jarl, and is told to go talk to some old dudes on a mountain. More specifically, this mountain. Now you already know Snifit, he's a man of action, so right away he takes off. Snifit and the gang find a frost troll, and as Unreconciled slowly fades in, Snifit is once again quickly reminded of his mortality. Alright, attempt 2. And as Snifit's quickly making his way up the mountain, he suddenly comes to a realization. Now you see this here? It's called the Throat of the World, top of the mountain and highest point in all of Skyrim. Moreover, it's where Dragon Buddy here resides. Now, Dragon Buddy here is pivotal in saving the world, but normally the Throat of the World is blocked off by strong winds. But if Snifit is this fast, he can just bypass the winds, get to the top of the Throat of the World, and save the world early. So that's exactly what he does. He jumps and runs past all the strong winds and makes his way to the top of the mountain. Only when he gets there, expecting to find Dragon Buddy, instead he finds nothing. Despite his strength, despite his speed, Dragon Buddy is nowhere to be found. Snifit searches and searches, but to no avail. He's not up there. And with this, Snifit realizes, no matter how strong you are, and no matter how fast you may be, you can't outrun loneliness. And with that, Snifit closed the game and cried.